Hello Aquarius, welcome to your timeless reading. This is the first reading that I'm doing for Aquarius. I'm just working my way through all the signs for the first time. Let's consult the oracle. I am Shasha Crow. If you want to find me on social media, it's at Shasha, S-H-A-S-H-A _ Crow. That's on Instagram. And without any further ado, let's get on with your reading. So I really felt strongly to read for Aquarius. I've done Taurus and Capricorn. Aquarius was the next one that came through for me. They're going to be short readings, about 20 to 30 minutes. But if I feel the reading is complete, I will close it down. I think the Dreamy Moons want to share with you today. So let's have a little bit of a shuffle. Just had a little pray before your reading, just to see what would come through. Do you know a lot of Aquarius people actually? You know, sometimes there are some signs that just seem to come into your life quite frequently. And that's true for Aquarius for me. There's definitely some learning around my relationships with Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius, who are your most educational signs? Okay. Angels, guides and ancestors, what messages do you have for Aquarius? I'm going to do a traditional Celtic cross spread. There we go. Got a lot of vital energy coming through here. That's interesting. I don't normally place that one. But then Aquarius is the rebel, the visionary. Prophet of the zodiac. So much so that it takes a little while sometimes for other people to catch up. Interesting. That card only exists in this deck. Lovely deck given to me by a friend. Okay. Right. So the center of your spread, we have the Fool, Aquarius. And the Fool is a brand new beginning. It is a new start. It is a sense of somewhat recklessness, but in a kind of free, childlike, innocent kind of way. It is possible that there's quite a heavy energy on top of this. The King of Wands. And it's almost as though that there's this kind of conflict to some degree, or pressure between the Fool and the King of Wands. So that the Fool almost has a stick with a little pack over their shoulder. So there's almost a sense of, I want to pick up my wand, you know, my ace of wands, and go, go, go. And the King of Wands is saying, aha, okay, well, yeah, but we need to hold steady for a moment. You need to hold steady for a moment. And there's Leo references in this card, but One thing that I really love in this card is the lizards. If you look around the top of the chair, you can see these kind of geckos. And it's this energy of being able to blend in a way. Or is it a salamander? It might be a salamander. It's more likely to be a salamander because it's a fire sign. Yeah, I believe it is a salamander. So there is this sense of that fire energy, but it's almost like a grounded boss-like energy. It's like you can't just be reckless and go out there and do something new. So maybe this is the balance that's needed with the Aquarian energy. We've got a beautiful Aquarian full moon coming up, and it feels very magical. These days feel quite magical. It's very twinkly and, you know, moving into the age of Aquarius. So there's a lot of this lovely Aquarian energy going on. In the recent past, we've got the Emperor in reverse, and this kind of makes me feel like this is some of what Aquarius is all about. It's changing systems, it's turning things on their heads. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is that kind of sign of the unexpected and the progress and the sudden flash of inspiration. So perhaps your life has been turned on its head to some degree. Perhaps the way that you're living has changed quite dramatically. The boundaries around your life, the structure of your life, whether that is personally, professionally, or all of those things, all of that has changed. And then in the near future, we've got a Strength card in reverse. So there may be some destabilizing experience that's going to happen very shortly, but I do feel very strongly what's coming through here, not so much from the cards, but from spirit, my spirit guides, and anyone who's interceding for you, this sense of this is a part of the restructuring, a necessary part of the restructuring. It might make you feel more vulnerable just for now, but it is going to be essentially balancing in the long run. So the underlying energy that we have here is the Knight of Cups. And so this offering of fulfillment, so that the purpose of the energy coming through for you at the moment is offering you fulfillment, and maybe even love. Like with the King of Wands crossing the Fool, it could be that someone who feels more mature or wiser or somehow more authoritative is going to cross your path, and just when you're like, yeah, footloose and fancy free, this person comes in and says, okay, stop, or stops you in your tracks and offers you some kind of fulfillment, whether that be through an intimate relationship, a friendship, or some kind of business potential. And the overlying energy here is absolutely fantastic. You really are in your Aquarius space. We've got the Magician, so that this kind of master manifesting going on. This energy is yours right now. So you're in this kind of portal between your full moon and edging over then into your the new moon that will come during your sign. And we had a lot of Aquarius. I feel like we had more than one new moon in Aquarius this year, from memory. I think there were several new beginnings for you, and this Fool card almost feels a little bit like that was the beginning, and then the King of Wands is the culmination. So obviously there's no happily ever after, but there are culminations, there are ripening of energies, there are fruits that are born, and I feel like you are coming to one of those, which would make sense for the Aquarius full moon. In your Self card, we have a 3 of Wands. Now it's in reverse, and it generally signifies this kind of arrival back to you of all the investment that you put into something. Now perhaps at this time you don't feel you're seeing that investment ripen or repay you, or your investment coming in, basically. It may be that you feel somewhat dissatisfied about the state of affairs at this time in terms of those goals and dreams that you had. However, in the environment, we've got the Chariot. So with a little bit of management, and perhaps management of different priorities, you will see more results coming through. I would like to pull clarifying cards on that, particularly the Three of Wands, so we'll do that in a moment. But in the hopes and fears, or blessings and blocks, or this kind of challenges and what's coming through for you for helping, we've got the Self card, which only exists in this deck. It's in reverse. So where do you need to self-reflect? Perhaps you're worrying, have I done enough shadow work? Have I worked on myself enough in order to get myself to where I need to be in order for these ships to come in? And I think only you can really answer that question, but also that question will be answered for you when things start to filter through. Like, what level of return are you experiencing on the investments that you're making? And do you want to make a new start in a slightly different direction with the Chariot and the Fool, if it's not quite panning out the way that you had planned? So your final card, your outcome card, is the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of speed in that as well. So something's coming for you very quickly. It is an offer. It could be an offer of, although it's not Pentacles, I feel investment. So investment in you, whether that is intellectually or financially. And again, I'll put another card on that. So which deck wants to clarify? I feel like it's still the Dreamy Moon. So let's go back to the Dreamy Moons. So let's look at the Three of Wands. Oh, hello. Okay, so perhaps there's a situation in which you're not quite getting what you want at the moment and you need to move on from it. Maybe there is some, I don't want to say dreams, because leaving behind dreams feels sad, but maybe in an environment that you're in, you're kind of like, this is not really working for me anymore. Perhaps there is that shift in environment. Perhaps the travel away from that environment to a new one is what's indicated by the Chariot, because we do have this Eight of Cups, leaving behind things that are not working out and moving on to something better or different if it's not going to yield the return that you're looking for. Okay, these flipped over as well, but I'm going to put them back in because I feel like that's a nice concise message. So what about the self work? What about the shadow work? What about the mirror work that Aquarius are doing on themselves and with themselves? What else does Aquarius need to know about this inner work? Okay, so I've got the Wheel of Fortune popping out. And that is to say, I mean, it's in reverse. So you may feel that you haven't had the best of what's coming through for you just yet. However, the wheel is always going to turn. And when the self turns, the wheel turns. So part of it may be perception. Some of this is going to be through spiritual work. And so creating maybe a structure for spiritual practice. I don't know about you, Aquarius, but I think some Aquariuses do shy away from structure and from discipline. Not that you're undisciplined, but that you don't necessarily prefer to follow a set structure or routine, because you are that kind of maverick. But perhaps for a time at least, you would benefit from a more structured spiritual practice so that that self-work can be to come to fruition, and the Wheel of Fortune will flip in the other direction. And then we've got a Knight of Wands in reverse as well. Again, we've got, like, this is 1, 2, 3 knights now. I feel like I need to pull another card just for that one. So we've got two, let's pop this one up here. Knight of Crystals in the upright, that's Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands in reverse. So something's coming through for you intellectually, cerebrally, also, you know, a level of success. And then there's an offer that's being withdrawn, perhaps, of passion and maybe a professional process. Either that or it's not quite coming through yet. Then it just may be that there's a brief time of letting go and re-establishing the ground that you are coming from when you are doing this incredible manifestation. So let's ask, what is the best way for Aquarius to manifest at this time? 3 of Cups in reverse. You also have Ace of Crystals. Okay, don't try and work on too many ideas at once. And your fulfillment is going to be in smaller groups. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't celebrate wins, but perhaps the social life is getting a little bit in the way of your, or even, and this is not for everyone, even there's a third party situation. So maybe, I don't really want to say it, but maybe an affair or a place in which there are too many cooks, you know, too many people in the situation. Maybe that needs to take a back burner for a while. Maybe you need to step away from that, focus instead on yourself and leave that idea to one side, or leave that goal to one side, because there is this energy of new beginning and real fruition. This, it feels so heavy, this King of Wands. So let's just check in with the King of Wands. Could be a fire sign, someone with a strong Leo placement maybe, but also a bit of a shapeshifter energy. Oh, this is interesting. This is really beautiful. If this King of Wands is a person for you, so like a significant other, someone you're already aware of, and perhaps the situation with that person has been weighing on you for some time, or finding someone, you know, in this nature has been weighing on you for some time, it may be an idea to make some new plans. So we've got the 2 of Wands and we've also got the 2 of Cups. So it looks as though you taking the initiative and going your own way in some way is going to lead to that union and fulfillment. And I know if you're looking for love, it's hard when readers say things like, it could be about the union within yourself. It could be, you know, your masculine and your feminine sides coming into balance. But sometimes that is what needs to happen. And it's not like that needs to happen like it's a complete process and it just happens and then you're done. It's something that we constantly need to bring ourselves back into balance with. But are you forgetting yourself in favor of this other person? If you are, whether you've met them before or not, it's someone you're looking forward to and manifesting, it's become too heavy. Put it down. Make your plans, look towards the horizon. I love this kind of sun on the horizon. She's holding a world in her hands. I really feel that as a kind of energy, again, of travel. We've got the Chariot in the environment. Maybe it's time to move forwards with doing a little bit of travel or something, because there's a great deal of personal union and fulfillment that will come from this. And maybe then if you are looking for a person or you're looking for a more fulfilling career, that is what's going to come through for you. We've got the Hierophant, of course, which is a Taurus card in the hopes and fears. And you feel inadequate and you've got this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You're hoping for that kind of spiritual enlightenment or, you know, even Taurus person to come through. And, you know, I don't pick these cards. They're being picked through the shuffle. Put your own intuition on the cards as well. It's just got a little bit longer. 8 of Wands. Take it slowly with yourself, because I'm thinking of this pile here. Take it slowly with yourself. Just sit with yourself. Give yourself some time this week. Give yourself some time today. And, Yeah, give yourself, how do I want to move forward? That's the question that comes into my mind when I see that Eight of Wands in reverse. How do I want to move forwards from here? Do not stay stuck under the weight of this King of Wands, whomever that may represent. Might be a father figure, who knows? You need to move forward in the way that's right for you. You're an Aquarius. You're not someone who lives by the book. This Emperor is in reverse. The Strength is in reverse. Don't allow this to deplete you. Let's just look at how we're going to hold the Strength. Okay, there is change. Change is necessary, but it is not a dramatic change, not the most dramatic change. You may have experienced that in the recent past. This is almost like a gentle change because you are taking charge of that. And Six of Cups, there's a karmic situation that is moving out of your experience very shortly, which will hopefully again lead to a more equal exchange with colleagues, lovers, friends, ongoing. I really feel really deep in my heart for you, Aquarius, in this reading. I don't think it's by any stretch of the imagination a negative reading. I don't really think any reading is either fully negative or positive. There is a balance in the cards. I've got the feather here. This is my freedom feather. It's a seagull feather, but also the feather is a representative of Mat, the Egyptian goddess of balance and equanimity. So I think that's what you're looking for here in this read. Bring yourself back to center, assess what's going on within you. Are you in possession of your own power, this Strength in reverse? And I wish you the very best of luck with all of this, because it is potentially a challenging time, but there's also this great ripening that's happening, and I want you to be able to pluck that fruit and not squander it on anybody else's agenda or waiting around for anyone else. I'm going to pull one more card for you from the Wandering Star, which is you, Aquarius. Oh, here we go. One more card. Interesting. High Priestess in reverse. What is this saying? There's another card that's also poking out. So, High Priestess in reverse for me is saying perhaps you need to listen to your own intuition a little bit more and not the stories. That's what's just come to me. Don't listen to the stories, whether that's like stories on, you know, in like a social media sense, or stories as in other people's stories of how their lives have gone. You're not meant for that. There's a star above her head here in this card. Sorry. And then the Mother Star. Now the Mother Star only exists in this deck, the Wandering Star, and it's beautiful. It's a yes card. Yes, you will be getting what you desire, what you want, what you dream of. But there is some energetic rebalancing that needs to happen here. That's what Matt says. I'm going to lay this feather over the cards just to bless you. Bless you, Aquarius. I'm sending blessing to you now. This feels really powerful. I haven't done this with Taurus. I haven't done it with Capricorn. I hopefully will in the future at some point, but I'm sending so much blessing to you for whatever it is, the union within which you want to come to within yourself, the equality within partnerships. Is hard for the world to catch up to you, but the Mother Star is a yes card. The universe is saying yes to you. And this is, for me, it feels one step beyond the star. The High Priestess, remember who you are. The Mother Star. Out there, your star family, if you believe in that, they're wanting to come through with new knowledge for you. There's this tiger with a third eye. Please refer to your celestial ancestors. There's more for you. There's more to come through for you. I'm going to leave that with you because you have the wisdom to pursue that. You are an Aquarius. If you're watching this reading, very likely you have a significant spiritual practice and you need to believe in yourself. So without any further gabbling from me, every blessing to you, Aquarius. May you be happy and peaceful and free from suffering. Take care, and I hope to see you next time.